morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? All right, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. It was raining this morning from yesterday. If you guys didn't catch my video yesterday, getting caught in the rain, that rain ended up coming, you know, moving towards my house. So, and I probably could have went a different direction, but I felt like I didn't want to come back home and it be raining, which it was raining for a little while. So, you know, today I just wanted to talk about something real quick. Is a big bike necessary? Is having a big bike necessary? And my answer to that is yes and no. Depends on how big of a bike you want or need. But and that's preference for everybody. I mean, one day I'm probably gonna get a 1000. Shout out to Sport Bike Menace. Maybe one day. I don't know. The real reason what's kind of holding me back from ever getting a big bike like that, you know, a liter bike, is because you know, I mean, I necessarily don't need it. I do love the thrill of going fast, because I have ridden 1,000 and 600s before. This is before well, I didn't have my GoPro on my helmet and all that. I wish I did, man. That would have been some good content. But yeah, it's I will say it's addictive to ride those, and with the speed, it really is. And it's like, I would probably love it, and I probably wouldn't ever ride small, you know, a small displacement like that. But I can't say that now, because that little supermoto bike I got, I love riding that thing, man. I don't know what it is, seating position or what, but I love riding that thing. But now when I get on this bike, I consider this my big bike, because I can get on the highway and do plus 100 speeds and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't really have a need to get a bigger bike than this at the moment. Eventually I do want one, but it hasn't been, like, I kind of lost the itch for it once you know, I enjoy. So you gotta say what's up to the kids, man. But yeah, this bike is definitely enough for me. I'm glad I didn't get an R3 or a Ninja 400. I feel like that extra 470, that extra 71 displacement and that torque, it gives me like the feel like I'm taking off sometimes. And I know it's not, you can't compare it to a 600 or 1,000, but you know, it's good enough for me. So for the people that have smaller displacement bikes and wants to move up, don't rush yourself. You know, for me, it probably would have been peer pressure for the most part, riding with other people, you know what I'm saying? But for me personally, just for myself riding, I mean, when I went an hour and a half away, I was doing like 190 to 100 on the highway, you know, comfortably. No, not stretching out the engine, nothing that crazy. So that's a long light. Jeez. But yeah, I definitely appreciate the power this bike has. When I was looking for a new bike, I did look at some bigger bikes, and then I thought about you know, that I really needed at the moment, you know, because for me to get a bigger bike, I feel like I would benefit most from riding with people, you know. I really would. By myself, I really wouldn't benefit, you know. Maybe just to get the feeling of some pulls, getting the 150, you know. I mean, the feeling is good and there's some good content for the channel, but I guess not yet, you know, not yet. I'm ready for it. I know I am, but I don't know. I just want to focus on, I like focusing on smaller CC bikes. You know, I love my 250s. The scooter, I love that one too. And you know, this is my favorite bike, hands down. And from riding the Supermoto to this, it's like, it makes you feel like you're in an aggressive seating position, but not as aggressive as my 250. Like my 250, I'm sitting a little bit more forward. So I keep saying that, but you know, because I feel like that's my, if I want to feel racy, I'll ride that bike, but I'm not going to be going that fast, you know. So this is more like a sit forward but relaxed and chill and cruise, you know. But yeah, for all you guys that got a bigger CC bike, what were the benefits? I'm pretty sure less shifting is one of them. You know, you don't have to shift as much. So for people who do mostly highway riding or long stretches, like where I ride a lot, a bigger CC bike would probably benefit me. But if I was in a city where there's a lot of stop and go, like I'm originally from Philly, so up there, it's like stop go, I'd probably do good having a smaller CC bike, you know. But it all depends, because I knew guys up there that they didn't care about that. Still got a big bike, because at the end of the day, the bigger bike, not say the bigger bike you have, but it's a standard. Once you have a 600, it's like you're accepted, you know. It's like, all right, you don't have a baby bike, you know. So and that's why this bike, even though it's classified as a beginner bike, I would definitely say this is like in the middle, you know. This is like beginner, but definitely a good second bike or a good main bike, you know, if you have other bikes. But yeah, it's definitely, I gotta always recommend this bike. It doesn't get that much you know, press. Not a lot of people know about this bike, so, and if they do, they're like, oh, it's not a 600, you know. And then some people look at it and they think it's a 600 or bigger. So, but me, I'm never gonna lie and say, you know, it's bigger than what it is, because at the end of the day, you can't take away what it does and the power that it has, you know. So yeah, I definitely don't need a big bike at the moment, you know. And I guess one more reason, like I've probably always said, or you've heard me say before, is that it limits me. It's like putting a cap on myself, you know, from actually speeding and doing stupid things. I feel like with this bike, I do stupid things sometimes. So, you know, but that's just me. You know, everything I say is my opinion, so, you know, don't kill me for it. But, you know, and shout out to everybody who has a big bike, man. You know, I'm gonna be up there one day. One day I'm gonna get there, and I'm probably gonna love it, you know. So, but let me give myself some time. Also, let me get my wife more comfortable with me riding, and her getting to ride too, because she kind of knows what CCs are and how big, you know, because I could have been like, yeah, this is not that fast of a bike, honey, and it looks super huge, you know what I'm saying? Like when I got this bike, she's like, oh my gosh. And she watches when she heard I do triple digits on the highway, she's about to have a heart attack. So, you know, you got to think about those things too, and I do think about that, you know, I do consider that. So those are the reasons why I don't have a super sport or a bigger displacement bike. You know, everybody has their own reasons. Some people just don't like bigger CC bikes, you know, not that they're scared of them, but they don't really need them. Like, you know, especially like if you're coming from other countries and stuff, you know, other countries necessarily don't need bigger displacement bikes. So, but here, it's like, for me, if you can get one, why not take advantage of it, right? But what really made me, that's what, because I feel like before I actually bought this bike, I was looking for a bigger bike. But then just doing all the research I was doing, and it just made me, this seemed like a better choice for me, you know. And I like the way it looked. I really love the way this bike looks. And you know, like I said, you gotta love your choices, you know. And plus too, I guess another reason would be I wanted to, you know, hone my skills on a smaller bike, cornering, doing, you know, before I got a bigger bike. Which honestly, in my opinion, that kind of reasoning is not the best. I could have got a bigger bike and still did the same thing, took it easy on that bike. So I'm kind of indifferent between the two as far as, but you know, my reasons are my reasons. That's why I stuck toward them. But my other brain is like, man, you know, if you want to get a bigger bike out there, get a bigger bike first, if you feel that way, because you will outgrow, you know, the bike you want, especially if you already had on your mind to get a bigger bike. But if you know you're looking for a smaller displacement bike, then that's a different thing, you know. So like right now, I'm about to take it on the highway, which I usually do every time I take this bike out, just to get it up to speed. And that's why I ride this bike, to get to 100, you know, and come back down. But like, it's to each its own, everybody's gonna do what they want to do, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. And what was best for me might not be what's best for you. So shoot, I got 4 bikes. That might not be best for everybody, you know. So but it all depends on what you want to do, what you want to do it for. Because I actually, what made me really think about this, I joined a group for South Florida riders, and a lot of people, they like to hate on smaller displacement bikes. I think somebody in the group had an R3, and it's like, they made a joke of, both of your tires look the same size. And I'm like, it was funny, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. But it's like, you know, me as a person having a smaller displacement bike, I mean, I would laugh too if somebody said, even though my tires are not the same size, for this class of bike, and for the lower CCs, it has the biggest rear tire. And when it's time to change that tire, I'm probably gonna put a 180 on it, which they do fit just fine. So yeah, this bike goes plenty fast for me, man. So yeah, that's why I said to each his own, you know. And I think my phone fell when I was getting on the highway. I don't know when my phone fell, man. I tried to find it with Find My Phone, but somebody snatched it up, man, and turned it off. Had to have. But I get it. That's how it goes, man. Once you lose something, where I'm from, once you lose it, it's gone. Rarely can get anything back. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, wanted to end it on that note. Do you need a bigger bike than what you have? For all the guys that ride lower CC bikes, do you think it's necessary for you to eventually have 1,000 or have a 600? Or are you cool with having a small CC bike for your career? Or is it important? I don't know. You know, for me, as I'm thinking about it, I said to myself, is it important for me to have, to own? You know, to ride one is different, but to own a bigger bike, is it important? I don't know. I guess for me, it is important to ride one, to know the experience of riding one and feeling how it feels. But to own one, I think that's to each its own, you know? You might not want to own a big bike. But alright guys, appreciate you, and I'll be back again with another one. Peace.